gentlemen, the Humboldt High School Band.
79 yards, all on the ground. Kelsey Williams leads them with 16 carries and 66 yards. Marion County has 86 yards rushing, 43 yards passing for a total of 129. Individually, Eric Westmoreland has 6 carries for 66 yards. Of course, he had a 54-yard run. Passing, 43 yards through the air. Pickett caught the pass from Dobson.
Marion County's had 3 big offensive plays to aid their cause. They seem to keep losing their field position advantage due to some costly penalties. Marion County's had some success spreading the field out, spreading the Humboldt defense out with their formations. However, it seemed that Humboldt made some good defensive adjustments in the second quarter to kind of stop that. Humboldt's offensive attack has relied more on misdirection and by using an unbalanced line, by bringing up their tight ends and by bringing up their fullback to the line of scrimmage. Both teams have just played outstanding defensive game there in the first half. Neither team can afford to give up the short field because field position may be the most crucial factor here in the second half due to the fact of where these two defenses are playing.
Anthony Martin kicks a squib kick down to the 25-yard line where it's picked up there by a Humboldt upback. Number 22 was Michael Bonds, a 150-pound senior, and he took it from the 25 out to about the 32, where to be first and 10 for the Humboldt Vikings in their initial possession of the second half. They trail in this game 6-0, but really in a lot of ways they have had the upper hand the whole game.
They played very well. I've been impressed with their speed.
It seems that they have, at least in certain positions, a decided advantage in the speed category. Now they're in that straight T formation. They used that only once in the first half. To give it off the left side to Bonds, he goes around the left end and actually lost a yard. I think that might have been Terry Smith, who had a dozen tackles for loss this year for Marion County, and that will make a Baker's dozen as he knocks down Bonds for a loss of 1 on the play. It'll be second down and 11.
Looked like that play was going somewhere. I thought it was well blocked, but Terry Smith just did a great job getting out there and making the tackle.
As we mentioned, Terry Smith is not listed as a starter, but he has made a number of big plays for this defensive unit this year. Gives up the middle to Jelks. He faked to the first man through Williams, and then Jelks got it on a little bit of a crossbuck action and went from the 31 to about the 34-yard line, maybe the 35.
The tackle is number 61, Stephen Dover, number 20.
He's outside the 34, so it'll be pickup of 4 to the 35. It'll be third down and about 7 to go.
Good job by Stephen Dover stepping up in the hole and knocking Jelks back.
There's the fake to Jelks, and McLemore rolling out, sees the man downfield. Williams, it's complete across midfield. Let's see where he stepped out of bounds, right at the midfield stripe, just across midfield, perhaps to the 49-yard line. But there's that little rollout pass in the flat that they used in the first half, or at least attempted in the first half, incomplete. And they find Williams this time, and he takes it down to the 49-yard line, and that's enough for Humboldt first down.
That's a big play right there. Marion County had come out in the first 2 plays and reestablished their defense, and then Humboldt converts with a big play there to maintain possession.
They've gone with a smaller backfield a little bit. Jelks is not real big, and then Bonds is perhaps even smaller. Williams is the biggest man in the backfield. They give it to Williams, and he breaks it. He could go. Westmoreland's got an angle on him, and he, along with Anthony Martin, pull down Kelsey Williams down to the 21-yard line. No penalty flags on the play, so he goes from the 49 down to the 21. That would be a pickup of 28 and another Humboldt first down.
In this formation, Toby Champion remains in the game on the offensive line, and they do bring in Michael Bonds. And Michael's done a good job this year. He has 65 carries for 451 yards.
Well, they had Champion in the backfield, and that maybe gets his beef and blocking still in the game, but it gives him an even greater decided advantage in the speed category. Give his to Bonds off the left side, and he's still on his feet inside the 15, down to about the 12-yard line, maybe even the 11. If he got the 11, he's going to be very near the first down. I think he's going to be just about a yard short. They're fighting the ball right at the 12.
Those last 2 plays do go behind Champion on the offensive line.
They're spotting it at the 12. They've got to get just about to the 11, so it'll be second down and 1. And a big play there for Bonds. yards up the middle, and he went from the 12 down close to the 11. I think he got enough for a first down, but this may be a situation where they'll have to measure it.
Marion County closes in very quickly. Jason Sailors makes the tackle.
Official steps in and whistles for a stoppage of the clock with 9:03 to go in the third quarter. They're going to bring in the chains to see if he got enough yards for the first down.
Very close, but I think he's going to have it by about an inch.
You had the glasses on him, Bill, and he did have it by, I think, from my vantage point here, exactly an inch. First and 10 for Humboldt at the 11-yard line.
So this formation is a formation Coach Tucker's very familiar with and very comfortable with.
It seems to be a little bit of a change of pace also, and has been very effective on this opening drive here in the second half. There's Bonds off the left side again, and he dives from the 11 down to about the 10 and maybe slightly beyond. Pickup of no more than a couple of yards that time.
Well played by Anthony Martin and Eric Westmoreland to limit that to a 1-yard gain.
Going to mark it right at the 10, so it is second down and 9. 8.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Humboldt looking to tie this game and perhaps even go ahead if they would make the extra point. And here's Jelks this time, eludes one tackler at the 10, tries to turn the corner, but Westmoreland grabs him from behind and slings him out of bounds down at the 6-yard line. That play looked like it might go after he got by the initial tackle attempt, but then Westmoreland caught him from behind and showed why he is considered as one of the top prospects in this state in football.
Brandon Graham got some penetration and made the play go a little wider than it was designed to go, and as you pointed out, Westmoreland comes over and makes a big play.
Very crucial third down play right here because the way these defenses have been playing, you just don't get that many good scoring opportunities.
Third and a long 5. They've got to get down to the 1-yard line. There's Williams bouncing it outside. He's got an angle. Martin tries to tackle him. He stiff arms Martin and takes it into the end zone for a touchdown for Humboldt that equalizes the score at 6-all.
Good job by Michael Barnes out there on the left side, occupying a man for a little while. Lets Kelsey get around the end.
It looked like he was going to cut it up at about the hash mark, but then he just sort of bounced it outside, and you see why he's considered to be one of the top juniors in the state this year, as he eluded the tackle of Anthony Martin at about the 2-yard line. Mark Long is on to attempt the extra point, and this could put his team ahead. The snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good, and with 8 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the third quarter, the Humboldt Vikings have taken a 7-6 lead over the Marion County Warriors.
Scoring drive, 8 plays, 68 yards. Williams goes in from 6 yards out. The conversion by Mark Long is the difference in the game now. Unofficially, we have Williams now with 18 carries, 101 yards.
Freshman Eddie Jones kicks off to an upback Terry West, I believe, and he's whacked at the 26, but stays on his feet and crosses the 30 and across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. A great return after he was hit at about the 25, 26-yard line. Looked like he might go down, but he just kept churning forward and gained an additional 10 or 12 yards there. And Marion County gets decent field position here at the 38-yard line to begin their first drive of the second half.
That initial hit was by the kicker, Eddie Jones.
And I mentioned I think he's just a freshman kicker. Good-sized kid, and kicked that ball down there for Marion County to return. Dobson is the quarterback. They run the option left. Dobson keeps it inside and gets only a couple. Thought about pitching it, but then thought the better of it and turned it upfield and went from the 38 to near the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 2 on the play, second down and 8.
Joe Smith and Kenneth Reed both there for Humboldt.
It looks actually like the ball is touching the 39. Might have only gotten a yard. It's a long 9, a long 8, or a short 9, whichever way you want to look at it. 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. Dobson passes in the flat, incomplete. The receiver was there, the pass was there, but somehow the connection was not made. Intended for Patrick James out in the flat. He had a little bit of running room, but it falls incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. Humboldt looking to keep the momentum that they've taken. And there's the defense coming up big, stopping Dobson for a loss of 1 back to the original line of scrimmage at the 38. So it's going to be 4th down and 10. It looks like that Marion County is going to be forced to punt.
Very well played by Joe Smith and Eric Wise. This is the way that Humboldt started the game with big defense.
It looks like they're going to drift 2 punt returners back. They had been having only Jelks deep, but now also Williams goes back with him, and he will be back there to assist Jelks and also maybe have an extra blocker. The snap is back and the punt is away, and it's a low spiral. It goes over Williams' head. It takes a skip at the 20, down to the 15, down to the 10, and the 5, and is rolling dead inside the 5. It's going to be down at about the 3-yard line. No penalty flags on the play. So on that punt, Marion County turns the field position completely around with 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
And one covers 59 yards. It's 1st and 10 for the Vikings at their own 3.
Punt good for 59 yards, Steve.
And that could be the kind of thing that is a momentum shifter for Marion County.
I wonder if that's a situation where the sun came into play too. Kelsey Williams ran up with the ball and either thought he couldn't catch it or the sun got in his eyes, and as a result, Marion County gets a big roll.
It was a relatively low kick, and the sun is kind of low in the sky right now. There's Williams with the handoff, and he takes the handoff and gets out to about the 6-yard line, but a penalty flag comes flying in there from the umpire, I believe, and that's usually where you see holding. That will negate the 3-yard gain if it's taken and move the ball back inside the 2, probably. They might decline it here and keep them in a 2nd and long situation.
Have holding on the offense. We're going to repeat 1st down.
They did not decline. They accepted the penalty. And backing up inside the 2, we're going to be 1st and 11. They stacked up Jelks, and he's going to be tackled for a safety. Jelks on the cross buck. They faked to Williams and tried to give it to Jelks coming back through. And Marion County had penetrated deeply back there. And so they take an 8-7 advantage on the defensive stand that causes a 2-point safety for the Warriors. 8-7 with 5:47 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Scores for Marion County. Both coaches talked about how important the kicking game was, and the kicking game there really sets up the safety.
And there's the freshman Eddie Jones's kick that's taken by Eric Westmoreland at the 29. He's got a seam across the midfield stripe to the 49-yard line. And so it was a good return by Eric Westmoreland, and the momentum that had seemed to be in Humboldt's favor because of the great drive starting the 2nd half and the great defensive stand turns on the punt that was down at the 3-yard line. I believe it was a 59-yard punt, and then the safety that was caused by the defense.
Brad McCurry makes the tackle for Humboldt on the punt return.
Pitch out to Martin. He's got a little room to run out there. He crosses the 40-yard line down to about the 38 and maybe even the 37. Going to be 1st and 10 for Marion County. And Martin got up slowly, or is he up yet? I think he's still sort of down over there on the sidelines and did not return to the huddle.
He's up there looking at his right calf. He may be having some cramping problems, possibly. The tackle for Humboldt was by Anthony Gross.
And LeBron Pickett gets into the game at Martin's running back spot, and with the confusion and the injury to Martin, they're going to take a timeout with 5:09 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Pickett stays in the game at the right halfback spot. Dobson gets the count. Ball is on the ground, and it's recovered by Humboldt. I think Toby Champion fell on it.
Here you go.
And I think that's another thing that split back clear gives you. That is the chance of a bobbled ball every now and then. And that's exactly what you got there. Trying to make a big play with it, they turned it over. So after the momentum had shifted back to Marion County, now it looks like Humboldt's got a chance here. There's that same crisscross handoff upon which the safety was made just a moment ago, given to Jelks, and he takes it this time out to the 40-yard line for a pickup of 4. We're going to be first and 10 or rather second and 6 for the Humboldt Vikings. A moment ago, the safety that was scored by Marion County was credited to the tackle of Terry Smith in the end zone. He wasn't the only Warrior there, but I think he's going to be the one that gets the credit for the tackle. Second and 6, and there's Williams on the handoff. Breaks it across the 45 to the 47 or near maybe the 48-yard line, and up for a first and 10 for Humboldt.
LeBron Pickett and Eric Westmoreland make the tackle.
Got a first down, first and 10.
There's that crisscross again to Bonds, and he is swatted down by Terry Smith. He tried to cut it upfield, but right about the time he cut, Terry Smith met him there and knocked him down. And that's a gain of only about 1 from the 48 to the 49. It'll be second down and 9.
Into the game for Marion County, the defensive line is Ben Rogers in a left tackle position.
Humboldt doing a good job offensively so far. In the first half, only had 4 first downs. They've got 4 already this half.
There's Williams on the corner, and good open field tackle that time by Eric Westmoreland. It looked like Williams might be able to turn the corner, but those two outstanding football players and fine athletes met each other out there. Williams did gain some yardage, but Westmoreland prevented him from getting the first down, and so it's going to be third and about 5 from across midfield to the 47-yard line for Humboldt. They need to get down to the 42. There's back to that eyebone look, and there's Williams, I think, on the carry. When they put Champion in there at 49 and Jelks at 45 and Williams at 48, it's sometimes a little bit confusing. It was Williams on the carry, and he went down to the 43-yard line, and he needs to get to the 42, so it'll be fourth down and 1. You might see them go for it here, but they're going to ask for a timeout with 2:16 to go in the third quarter, trailing 8-7. Big play in the football game. Humboldt comes to the line, fourth and a long 1. They might be trying to draw Marion County offsides. Long snap count, gives it to Williams. Penetration, but he dives forward. He was hit back at about the 43, but then he had a good running angle and fell forward to the 40, and that's enough for the first and 10 for the Humboldt Vikings.
Good blocking at the point of attack. Toby Champion and Michael Bonds make good blocks to get that little bit of extra yardage he needed for the first down.
It looks like the same play they used to score a touchdown a moment ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Williams now has 23 carries, 120 yards.
Good day for Williams and good day for the Humboldt Viking offensive front. They're back in that straight T formation. They give the second man through it. Big hit that time by one of the Marion County linebackers. I think it was Holden, after Jelks had taken it up for about a 1.5 yard, 2-yard gain to the 38-yard line. Holden just buried him at that point, and it'll be second down and 8.
Brad had 111 tackles in the year. He was second on the team in tackles last year.
Second and 8, now back in the I-bone or smokestack eye look. We've championed the lead blocker. Bonds is the middleman. They pitch it quick to Williams, and he's got 3 blockers ahead of him. It goes forward from the 38 down to about the 33. Pick up a 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Again, I would think you're in 2-down territory here to make this 3 yards needed for the first down.
For Marion County, Smith comes out unless Thomas returns to the game. They're in a 6-man front look. The linebacker's feigning blitz here. There's a safety blitz being faked, and Williams tries to turn the corner and is tackled by Eric Westmoreland, I think, in the open field. Very, very near the first down. He's got to get to the 30, but I believe he's about the length of a football short.
Eric Westmoreland did come out and make the tackle, and you talked earlier about the fact that he is a major college prospect, and there's some question of whether or not he's going to be offense or defense. He can play both.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter in the Class AAA Clinic Bowl. Marion County leads Humboldt.